Yeah, I grew up in Ramsey in the 70s. And back then the older kids used to tell these stories about Camp Gaw. They've got like this little wildlife center, and pretty much everybody goes there on a field trip in the whole Bergen County area. And basically, you know, the stories diverge pretty wildly, but the gist of it is there's a class there on a field trip, and there's a little boy, and he sees a deer in the woods, right? And, you know, he's like last in line, and he kind of straggles off, nobody notices. And, you know, teachers don't realize he's gone until they're on their way back. And in the middle of the trail is the kid's pet rock, lying there dead.
Yeah, alright, I'm with you. Dead pet rock.
So, you know, they start this massive volunteer search with bloodhounds, and, you know, it goes on for like a week. Nothing. Nothing but the dead pet rock. So, actually, and I even checked this out at the Home and Store News archives. You know, the search really happened. So,
Geez, if they said it in the Home and Store News, it must be true.
something happened up there. And the kids always were telling these stories about this like boogeyman kind of character, all right? And except that it's a woman.
You mean to tell me, when you were a kid, you guys were afraid of a boogie woman?
And, you know, one story goes that it's this lone black she-wolf from the, you know, the big packs that used to roam in the hills up there way, way back. You know, who survived all this time and eats like small pets and kids or whatever she can get her fangs on. You know, I think that's a pretty crazy one. But the other one's even crazier.
Crazier than a fucking she-wolf in Mawa? I don't think so.
Supposedly in the 20s, there was this flapper
Did you really just say flapper?
who got, you know, caught drinking or something. It was a big scandal. And she came out to the resort here. You know, it was like a resort area back in, you know, Mawa, Ramapo kind of area there. And committed suicide in one of the cabins. And now her ghost is roaming the countryside there.
Countryside? It's in fucking Mawa.
And she always wanted to adopt a bunch of kids, like the movie starlets of her day. You know, and so she lures these kids into the woods and homeschools them forever.
Now that's fucking scary.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hike up there today, and I'm dressed kind of like a small kid, and going to act immature, and we'll see if we can lure her out. Oh, and the only other thing that the two stories have in common is that they call this thing the rare bitch. So, I'm just going to pack up some stuff and head out. Alright, so I'm here in the parking lot of Camp Gaw Reservation. And I don't remember this from when I was a kid, so I don't know if I'm on the trail or not.
I was just walking forever. I mean, the place was in such disrepair, you can't see any trail markers on the trees, you know, and the signs are barely legible. And it's been like dozens of years since anybody's been here. They look kind of like deer, but those things are huge. I've never seen anything like that. Once that thing looks away for 1 second, my ass is out of here.
Holy shit, what was that?
My legs were like rubber from the fear, but I knew I wouldn't last too long out here if I didn't pull it together, so I just tried to keep moving. And then another one of these fucking monsters jumps out, except this one totally sees me. This is not good. When they start posturing aggressively like this, you better get the fuck out of there.
What the hell is that? Is it some kind of oven? Alright, something is definitely fucking chasing me, and I don't like it. It's fucking scary because it sounds like it has 2 legs, but then sometimes it sounds like it has 3. What the fuck has 3 legs? Don't answer that, Maury. I am so scared.
Figured it was better off to keep moving than to just wait there in that hut for that fucking thing to come and eat me. So, I just sucked it up and kept moving on.
Pretty sure it's where the field trips used to go.
And so now I knew I was, like, totally in the den of that thing. And, I just didn't know what to do. And then, here in the middle of New Jersey, you see this kind of rustic beauty. And, you wonder why people think this place is so gross. But I couldn't afford to be distracted by the beauty of northern Bergen County, because I had one of these bastards staring me head on, and I knew I couldn't back down this time.
You talking to me? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You talking to me? You? Talking to me? You gotta be talking to somebody else. You can't be talking to me.
Look, I'm a pretty macho guy, okay? When I see something like that lunging at me like that, I'm out of there.
It's like it knows that I don't know where I am. And it's just kind of hurting me where it wants to.
And that's when the motherfucker got me, okay? All I could hear was that awful noise. Had no idea what the fuck it was, where the fuck it was taking me. I knew nothing. It was so fucking scary. Then I woke up hanging by my testicles from a tree at the top of Campcall Mountain, where I learned to ski as a child. And believe you me, it was a pretty crazy scene. But thank God for that bird. Because the bird reminded me that life was good. And I had to disentangle my testicles from that tree and get myself down. And that's what I resolved to do as I watched that bird. This was a delicate operation, but I wanted to live, damn it. So I got back on my feet, and I kept walking, even though I didn't know where I was going. I was going to get out of there, goddammit.
I'm almost out of batteries, and it's getting dark. I haven't heard it for a while. But I've been staying motionless for about the last 2 hours.
Then it came back for me. I knew I was done. But then the weird thing happened. It just walked away. Why? Why did it decide to let me live? I guess I'll never know. I'm just happy to be alive.